Keith. Hey, and good morning, everyone. Welcome inside the cave. Jeff Bowman, John Roberts, and the new guy, Chuck.
Chuck Moran.
That's right. That's how you got to say it like that too. Chuck Moran. So Chuck is an intern in the station. He's been down the hallway a little bit doing some WLEN things, and we want to integrate him into some sports stuff. So good morning, Chuck.
Good morning.
Morning.
Glad to be here.
Good to have you up this early in the morning.
It's early, that's for sure.
You're going to have a long day today, too, because aren't you down the hallway a little later today?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much I'm on the air today.
There's probably a room where you can take a nap or something.
There might be. But anyway, what a weekend of sport. It was good morning this morning, a little muggy.
Yeah.
But
it was tough whether to run my defrosters from the moisture on the window or my air conditioning. So I ran the defrosters and
I was going to say you had
with the window down.
Your 2-minute trip, but you did have to go get this tea.
I had to get my iced tea.
Yeah. You know, he doesn't have any cups and ice at home at all.
And then but you know me, I drink two, so I have to have 2 cups. Either that or bring the pitcher in studio with me here, and I'd knock that over.
He drinks 2 teas during a show.
It's like an IV. A lot of people drink 2 coffees in the morning. What's the difference?
Yeah, that are like 8 ounces. So there. You didn't know how to respond to that, did
You're right. You win.
Okay, fine. So again, Chuck is he's a local kid.
Yes.
Went to Albion, so we can talk a little bit too, maybe on some of your thoughts on some things going on sports-wise as you're just a recent college athlete. So
Yep. Just finished up. So
we can kind of pick your brain a little bit on some things for that too. So, anywho, you gonna hit my button?
Now for an Inside the Cave sports update.
And high school sports start today. Football.
Woohoo. No pads cracking, though.
No.
Just helmets.
Helmets. You can crack helmets together.
We don't want to encourage that,
No,
Jeff.
basically today starts what they've already been doing all summer long.
Yeah, it's the
See?
It's a hard word.
Basically, they're having to acclimatize.
Acclimatization.
There you go. See, if you say acclimatize first, it's easier to say the other word.
I got you.
And you were an English teacher.
Yes.
See? I just
That's
taught
Spanish.
you how to speak better. That's Spanish?
See.
Okay. All right, so they can do what they've been doing all summer long. And then next week, they can put pads on.
Pads. I can't remember if it's because in recent years it's been 2 days with just helmets.
Right.
And then 2 days helmets and shoulder pads. And then after those first 4 days, you can fully pad up. But, yeah, I don't know how they break down that second week. If it's a couple days of helmets and
Got
a
that
couple
somewhere.
days.
I'll see if I can find it.
I didn't pay real close attention to it this year.
Okay. Finally, some action at MIS. Kevin Harvick shows he swept both NASCAR feature races as Saturday he held off Brad Keselowski to take the checkered flag, and Sunday he was able to win that one, hold off. Oh, goodness.
Martin Truex.
Yes. Was it Truex?
Denny Hamlin.
Hamlin. That's who it was.
He's one of those guys.
I know.
Some of those guys are like all the same guy to me. They just are.
Harvick.
They came in at the same time, and they're like the same person.
There was a whole group.
Yeah.
Harvick,
They're good drivers. Don't
good
get me
win
wrong.
for him.
I mean,
6th win of the season for Kevin Harvick. Meanwhile, 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson drove them both, his last in Michigan, after he announced his retirement earlier. But he's switching over, doing some open wheel racing.
yeah, I saw that. Plus, did you see what they did for him at MIS?
I did not.
They named something after him.
Oh, that little trail, the hiking
the
trail.
The little hiking nature trail is going
Yes.
to be the Jimmy Johnson
I saw
Nature Trail.
Because actually we were watching something on TV, and I had the race on my phone, so I didn't have the volume up.
Yeah.
And I saw the little nature trail thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
where's this at? Plus, it was cool. They showed some nice video. I saw some of the lakes.
Yeah,
They had some good shots out there of that.
Yeah. Well, because you probably have never been there for the state cross country finals where they run through all those trails.
I have
and
not.
stuff. Yeah. So you should go sometime.
Yeah. I love watching running
I
like
know
that.
you don't. You don't.
I know. I've
Anyways.
said that for years.
Anyways.
Watch them start and watch them finish.
I
There
know.
you go. That's what cross country is all about as a parent.
He's wrong, isn't he, Chuck?
It's an acquired taste. for
I
sure.
But I'm not that wrong, am I, though? How many times do you go to cross country meets where you watch them leave and then you watch them finish?
Yeah.
See?
He's not wrong.
See? Again, it's Spanish. See?
Go.
All right. Tigers, second place in the AL Central, sweeping the series versus the Pirates. First road sweep for the Tigers since 2018. And they've been doing it scoring in bunches, but not yesterday as Spencer Turnbull. 7 strong innings Sunday to get the win 2-1. Miggy's had a hot bat lately. Had a big hit Saturday going yard. Tigers are tied with Cleveland, a half game back of the division-leading Twins. Tigers host the White Sox starting today.
Big series.
How about the start on Saturday? 4 of the first 5.
Yes, that was
We
something.
said C, not Siri.
No, everything's beeping.
I know
over
it
here.
sounds like Siri's wanting to talk to you over there. But yeah, 4 out of the first 5.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
almost unprecedented.
They did that once before.
A while ago.
I think I saved it somewhere. I'll have to find it.
Find it during the break.
I guess so. Wow. Somebody's.
We got we got a busy show today.
I know.
Got important stuff to talk about.
Okay.
Where are you at? Are you trying to find it?
I was looking for something.
You want me to pick up and read the rest of the update?
So Brady Singer picked up his first big league win by allowing 2 runs over 5 innings. Off the Royals' 4-2 decision over the Twins. Brady Singer, he's a guy that we took Casey Mize instead of Brady Singer.
Jury's still out then on that selection, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because he's already up
And winning.
winning. We're not sure when
Mize
he's going
will.
to be up.
He will.
Mike Freeman's RBI single in the 10th gave the Indians a 5-3 lead and 5-4 win over the White Sox. The Beebs struck out 8 over 6 innings but gained a no decision.
That game must have ended like in the middle of the night.
You know,
It was pouring rain when I went to bed.
what time was that?
I don't know. They pulled the tarp out. It was 10,
Okay.
10-ish.
No, it came back on. It may be a random, and then I switched over to the race because Sports Center was on. The
Yeah,
game,
You stayed up late.
the
watching
game
sports
came
last
on. I switched over to the race. Race got over, went back, and they were back at Sports Center. So I don't know if it was a quick. I didn't realize what inning it was in, but anyway.
Okay.
The MAC announced it canceled its football season, but the MAC commissioner says it doesn't mean no football for a certain time this academic year. Meantime, the presidents and officials of the Big Ten made no announcement on the status of football and other fall sports in the Big Ten. Speculation has been the season will likely not start on time this fall.
I don't think you're going to see, based on everything happening late last night, I'm not sure you're going to see college football at all this fall or fall sports.
What's happened in a week? Tell me that. Why do you have these big announcements with all your scheduling, everything that's going on, and a week later you say this, and there's been no significant change of anything in a week, and now you're saying you're not going to do it? There's some dollars and cents involved in this. There has to be.
Of course there is.
There has to be. And that's why, to me, well, I got things, I can chat about that later because it's coming up
Okay.
in some of my other stuff.
Okay.
On the Pro Golf Tour in Sylvania, Ohio, Danielle Kang pulled off a stunning comeback in winning the LPGA's Marathon Classic. She trailed by 5 with 6 holes to play before igniting her comeback with consecutive birdies. Pars the rest of the way and didn't take the lead until Lydia Ko took a double bogey on the final hole. Kang finished at 15 under and winning for the 5th time in her LPGA Tour career. So when you're at the intersection in downtown Sylvania,
It's going to be Danielle Kang.
it will be Danielle Kang. So
Will it be street, avenue, boulevard?
Way.
Is it Way?
I don't know.
Lane?
Lane?
Daniel Kang Lane?
I don't know.
No.
I think it's just Daniel.
Avenue
Gang.
sounds best.
Boulevard. It's not a boulevard.
Well, that's not. I was going to say, so it can't be Boulevard. Avenue sounds good.
Doesn't it? We'll make it. That's what it's going to be. We'll call it that.
So shall it be written?
So, all right. Athletics and Astros, they didn't like social distancing, so they decided to fight.
Some of those guys are going to get suspended.
Yes, they will.
Because of that. Supposedly, there's a no tolerance policy for that kind of stuff in this pandemic in baseball.
Well, it'll be very interesting to see what kind of sentence it is that, Kelly last week got 8 games
Yeah.
just for like making faces and sticking his tongue out and saying something at somebody.
Yeah.
And these guys actually fight.
Yeah. Well, and the coach for the Astros, he's running his yap on the bench and
Yeah.
then ducks behind the players when the guy for Oakland charges the dugout. And
Yeah, that's
he should be suspended.
he should be. He should get his man card pulled too.
Well,
An early candidate for MVP honors is 21-year-old shortstop of the Padres, Fernando Tatis.
Junior.
Yes. 16 games, 21 hits, and 8 homers.
It's a pretty good start.
That's not bad. I'd take it.
He must be pretty good.
Look at you. Another Cardinals series has been postponed while the team continues dealing with the COVID-19 outbreak. Upcoming 3-game series with the Pirates scheduled to begin Monday has been called off. The Cardinals' 11th, 12th, 13th games to be derailed by the outbreak. The Cardinals haven't played since July 30th. Why do we have a taxi squad?
No idea.
We went through all this stuff. We're going to have a 30-man roster and 30 people on reserve so we can pull them up as needed.
I don't know, Jeff. Hasn't seemed to hurt the Marlins having to do that.
No, because they let everybody get healthy and come back.
Well, no, they had a bunch of new guys. They had like 18 new guys the other day.
But still, yes. So bring them in.
Play.
Right.
They're still able to play. Like,
That's
And
why we did that.
they are the first place Miami Marlins
Ooh.
with all those new guys.
That's right. Columbus Blue Jackets closed out their NHL qualifying round with a 3-0 shutout of the Maple Leafs, knocking Toronto out of the postseason. The Caps and Dallas Stars won their NHL round-robin games to take the 3rd seed in their respective conference playoffs. So there you have it. Toronto not going to play home anymore.
No,
They should have sent them to Edmonton anyway.
on to the best playoffs in all of professional sports.
Oh, we're talking NBA now? Is that what you
No,
Oh,
Stanley Cup playoffs.
we want Stanley. Golden State Warriors forward, former Michigan State All-American Draymond Green. A suggestion for Devin Booker's future did not amuse the NBA. The league fined him $50,000 on Sunday for violating the league's anti-tampering rule with comments about Booker, who was a Phoenix Suns star guard. Green said Saturday during appearance as an analyst for TNT, "Get my man out of Phoenix. It's not for good. It's not good for him. Not good for his career." To me, though, if you're allowing Draymond Green to be an analyst on TNT,
you know what he's going to say.
well,
You know what you're getting into.
He's going to be like Charles Barkley. He's going to
Yeah.
say something controversial.
Yeah.
well, and at
exactly.
the same time, though, it's like, okay, he's got his jersey off and now he's an analyst.
yeah.
So allow him to be an analyst and say things that an analyst would maybe say, not that a player would say. I mean, if the NBA is allowing him to do that,
Right.
then they should expect a little more of it.
Well, and an analyst is going to say some things sometimes that are going to spark discussion or debate.
Exactly.
That's their job a little bit, especially a studio analyst.
Right.
I mean, if you're the color commentator at a game,
Right.
I'm not sure that's your role.
Right, but if you're out there, then you need to kind of turn a little bit of a blind eye from the NBA to say, okay, I'm allowing you to do this, so do what that should be.
Right.
What you should do when you're doing that role. So the NFL Referees Association Board of Directors has reached an agreement with the league for health protection, along with a program allowing game and replay officials to opt out of the season. Officials will be given until Thursday to opt out for a $30,000 payment with jobs guaranteed for 2021. The deal also gives officials protection if they test positive during the season or show symptoms after arriving for a game. It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, we don't need all these. Zach Plesac, we will talk about that for a second. Back to Cleveland on Sunday. The Indians said, we're getting you a rental car, and we're driving you. Go. Yes. That was a great...
That was a good one.
John
that I saw
saw
on
a
Twitter.
tweet the other day.
The reporter asked him, how does it feel to be sent home in a car, a rental car?
Mm-hmm.
He said, hurts. Bum.
Because they try harder.
They do.
Yeah. But he decided to violate team rules even though he knew he wasn't supposed to. He went out with some buddies and had some dinner after the game, left the hotel. Person added the team got Plesac a car so he wouldn't be on a plane with teammates and staff in the event he contracted the virus.
So he just hopped on the turnpike and drove back to Cleveland,
Yeah.
basically.
Hopefully he didn't stop at any of the rest areas.
There's not a lot of them open.
I know.
You haven't been on the turnpike lately, have you?
No.
Yeah. Some of them are just the bathrooms and stuff are open, but like all the restaurants.
Oh, the restaurants are all closed, yeah.
And the gift shop.
Yeah, well, I think the last time we came through, there was that. No, it was right before, I think so.
Yeah.
Pirates utility infielder Phil Evans is going to remain. Let's start again. Pirates utility infielder. Are you recording?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now you get my mess up on there, but I couldn't remember if you got it going or not. So start again.
It's not my first time running the board over here.
Let's rewind. Pirates utility infielder Phil Evans will miss the remainder of the season after suffering a concussion, fracturing his jaw. Were you watching that when that happened?
Watched it live.
Yeah, that was not good. He took that shot from Polanco, that elbow, straight to his jaw. And then when he landed, Polanco landed on top of him and hit head-to-head, too. So, anyway, Evans briefly lost consciousness on a play. They said so he broke his jaw and a concussion. So, Yankees place Giancarlo Stanton on the 10-day injury list with a left hamstring strain.
Guy's fragile.
Fragile.
Always hurt.
Always.
It would make sense that a guy named Giancarlo would be fragile.
That's right.
That's good.
When he was Mike, he was okay.
Yeah.
But now that he's Giancarlo,
He's fragile.
fragile. Other NFL news, the Rams defensive tackle Ashawn Robinson,
Former Lion.
sidelined indefinitely with a non-football injury. They won't reveal the nature of his condition, but which isn't coronavirus related. He's participating in Rams team meetings and he doesn't need surgery or another medical procedure.
I believe it's cardiac. That was on last night.
Gotcha.
It came out late last night.
The Washington football team activated linebacker Reuben Foster off the PUP list. Foster torn ACL and caused additional damage to his left knee during off-season workouts in May before missing the season. And wide receiver Chester Rogers signed with the Dolphins. He had 4 seasons with the Colts before that. Man, there's a lot of stuff in here. I'm going past that one.
There you go.
Colin Morikawa, first-time major champion, winning in San Francisco's Harding Park. It's a cool golf course.
Yes.
And it's a public, municipal golf course, too.
I've been there. Not played there, but I've been to Harding Park.
Have you? Mm-hmm. The 23-year-old closed with a 6 under 64 to win the PGA Championship by 2 strokes over Paul Casey, who John picked to win.
That was my pick.
Saw that.
I came close.
Third-round leader Dustin Johnson, Morikawa, was tied with Casey before an eagle on the par 4-16, closed with consecutive pars for 13 under. That eagle was beautiful.
Yeah. That was good
Drove
golf,
the
man.
green.
I'm going to talk more about that later in the show.
Okay. So Johnson fell behind with a bogey on the par 5-14. He also was second at last year's PGA, 3 months after his run-up finish at the Masters. Jason Day, Matthew Wolff, Bryson DeChambeau, Tony Finau, and Scotty Scheffler shared third at -10. Don't need that.
Ready for break?
That. We got scores we can do a little bit
That'll
later.
be our 8 o'clock update.
8 o'clock update with the scores. Yeah, let's take a break because we got stuff.
We do.
So we got more Inside the Cave, 96.5 The Cave.
When trades are made, when records are broken, when championships lay in the balance, we've got you covered. 96.5 The Cave.
Everybody huddle up. Here's the play. If you wear any kind of screen printed item, go to ProMed Uniform and get your company logo, school spirit wear, fundraiser events, family reunions, any screen printing needs. If you need custom embroidery, go to ProMed Uniform and get your varsity jacket, company logo, corporate apparel, or just that special embroidered item. Score! Let's repeat that play. Nobody can beat it. ProMed Uniform is Lenawee County's premier embroidery and screen printing destination. All screen printing and embroidery is done in-house. ProMed Uniform is where quality work and the best pricing in Lenawee County come together. Please support local businesses and shop ProMed Uniform for all your screen printing and embroidering needs. T-shirts, varsity jackets, corporate apparel, screen printing, embroidery. ProMed Uniform, 937 West Beecher in Adrian.
Hi, my name is Janie Navarro. I'm a realtor with Excel Realty. I am fluent in Spanish and love assisting the Hispanic community. Call or text me anytime so I can assist you in buying or selling a home. Buenos días, mi nombre es Janie Navarro. Soy una agente de real estate con Excel Realty. Puedo ayudarles con la compra y venta de su casa. Me encanta ayudar a mi comunidad España. Sé que puede ser difícil si no habla inglés. Llámame o mándame un texto y estaré lista para asistirles. 403-4215.
Life as a farmer has many sides. That's why we work with Nationwide, the #1 farm insurer, to help farmers and ranchers stay profitable and protected. With Nationwide, you can feel confident you're getting coverage that fits your operations needs. Find out how to help protect your farm or ranch. Call us today.
D.S. Johnson and Associates, located in Adrian, Morenci, and Monroe. Give them a call today at 517-263-2582.
For your many sides, there's Nationwide. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio. Subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval. Products and discounts not available to all persons in all states.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
and find you the right policy at the best price.
For your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half century.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com.
This is Pam Campbell, Superintendent, Columbia Schools. Looking for a positive, innovative kindergarten program for your child? Columbia School District has caring teachers who will nurture and educate your child for a successful future. Please join us at Kindergarten Open House on Tuesday, August 11th from 5 to 7 p.m. Register your kindergarten students online and join us for the Kindergarten Open House. Columbia School District, from preschool and early fives through high school and adult education. Learning today, leading tomorrow. Visit us at myeagles.org.
It's summertime. It's hot, dusty, and dirty, and your car needs to be washed. Where do you go? Imagine a crystal palace with a runway where your car glides through a series of steps and your pride and joy is blown dry by angel wings. Okay, maybe that's a bit too much, but Sudsy Does a Car Wash does bless your vehicle with the highest quality of solutions and equipment to lift your car to a higher level of clean. We know you want your car to look great, so try Sudsy Does a Car Wash in Tecumseh.
Sudsy Does a Car Wash, Gary's Quick Lube too.
Wouldn't it be sweet to have an endless supply of Culver's fresh frozen custard always at the ready? Just do what we do. Start each day by pouring fresh dairy into your precise temperature-controlled custard machine. Trust me, once you have one, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Adjust flow to produce creamy ribbons of frozen custard. And lastly, this is the best part, do the spoon test to ensure smooth texture. Yum!
Better yet, come to Culver's and leave the whole frozen custard made throughout the day thing to us. Welcome to Delicious.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Hey, welcome back Monday morning. Jeff Bowman, John Roberts, Chuck Moran here with you this morning inside the cave.
Chuck
Moran.
Chuck Moran. It's like Bond. James Bond. Okay, Tigers. Wow. You're
number 4 seed,
Yeah.
Detroit Tigers. If the playoffs started, actually, I think they'd be higher now. No, they can't be higher because they'd have to be leading the division. 12, 13, 20% of the season done, Jeff. We're at the 1/5 pole.
And who would have thought?
No one.
Except for me.
You did not. You predicted them to have a lot of wins. You didn't think they'd be the 4th best team overall.
Having a lot of wins makes them that. Right? Okay.
In the end, yeah.
Again,
If they're the 4th best team in the end, then you're a lot more vindicated than what you are at this moment.
Okay. That's right. Vindicate me. They're playing well.
They are. I'm not. Hey, I'm glad. Believe me.
I know, because those few days when they weren't playing was driving me nuts.
Well, now we go, 2 weeks straight with the game every day?
No.
Well, because
we'll see.
Well, maybe.
Cardinals
might mess everything
they
up.
could screw it all up again.
Yep.
Dumb old Cardinals.
Why do we have a taxi squad?
Well, I don't know why, Jeff.
I don't either.
Let's see if we can get Manfred on the show.
Did we want to call him?
Or Al Avila. Maybe he could explain it to us.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just call Tony Clark. See what their thoughts of it are. The Players Association.
Anyways.
They don't care because they're getting paid.
Yeah.
To not play right now.
Sure.
Back to anyway.
Yeah, big series. In Pittsburgh. Probably, arguably, maybe the worst team in baseball this year.
They are, yeah. 3-13 right now.
Yeah, they're struggling.
They are.
So those are games you got to win.
Yep.
And they're just behind the 2-3 St. Louis Cardinals in the National League Central.
Yeah, that's not good.
They got a lot of games to make up.
They do. I don't know how they're going to do it.
A lot of doubleheaders.
7-inning doubleheaders.
Yes.
Which I'm not.
No, but
to.
that's a good series win, sweep for the Tigers. I mean, you go in. I think coming in before the season, people probably looked at this is a series between two of the worst teams in baseball. Well, one of them's not playing like the worst team and one of the worst teams in baseball, and that's the Tigers. I mean, their pitching has not been 100% great, but it's been pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, again, you've got Turnbull, who's been a very pleasant surprise.
So far, yeah.
Red Bull.
Yep.
I like the new nickname.
Yeah.
Hopefully he sticks around better than the last Red guy we had with a nickname, Red Pop.
I remember Chris Shelton.
Yeah, for a hot second.
About a month. He had a good April.
He did that. He had a great month. As good as
he had
month
like 12 home runs in the month of April.
That was an unbelievable time. And then he fell off the face of the earth.
Yes.
So, but that is somebody. And again, Ivan Nova.
Yeah.
Guy we picked up off the scrap heap type of a
Yeah.
thing. We knew he'd be an inning eater, a guy that would be in the rotation, but not counting on a ton. Matthew Boyd, we need to get better.
Yeah, he's been he's probably been the biggest disappointment, I think, of this season, really.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the guy you were counting on to be your ace. Had a pretty, not a great year last year, but a good year by 2019 Tigers standards.
Right.
Yeah, they got to get him going because he's not worth anything on the trade market how he's pitching right now.
Yes. I agree.
And I don't know that he's part of their long-term plans with all these young arms they got, but they got to be able to get something for him if he's not.
I know. Yep.
And right now, they might not get a batting helmet for him.
It'd be tough to. Maybe one of the little ones that you put ice cream in.
You need a whole bunch of those, I think.
You would, but
yeah. But that's a series they should win.
Yes,
they're they're playing better. I think this is a better team than a lot of people thought, probably including us. I said it all along. I said it when they hired Brad Ausmus. They should have hired Ron Gardenhire back then.
I know.
Way ahead of the game. Guy's a good manager.
He is.
He's not the best manager. He's not a Hall of Fame manager probably, but he's a good manager. He built the Twins over the years. I mean, he knows what he's doing. I'm a big Ron Gardenhire fan.
I know. I am too. And I think, as I heard early in the beginning of this thing too, that the Tigers could be in a good position because of a guy like Gardenhire, that there's a lot of this type of season. There's a lot of just, hey, intuition stuff. It's how are we going to do things? Gardenhire's a guy that's been around that has that kind of baseball sense.
Yep.
Where some of these other newer managers or whatever going by the books, doing all this analytical stuff. And Gardenhire's like, no, let's play ball.
Yep.
And have
some fun with it.
That's where you need to be right now.
Well, and I think he's a good guy. He's a veteran manager. He's worked with teams that are full of young players before, but he's also had veteran teams, and they've got a good blend of that really on this team. I think the guys they've brought in have been, great for the lineup. I think Austin Romine's doing a great job behind the plate with the pitching staff.
Yep.
I'm kind of bummed that Scope and Crone are
there you go. On 1 year deals.
1 year deals. If you had to right now, if you had to say right now, if you could only bring one of them back, which one would you bring back, Crone or Scope? I know which one I'd bring back, and I know why.
I like Crone a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do we have a second baseman in the pipeline? I mean, Scope, I think, is a more valuable asset.
Yeah.
Well, the only way we have we can let go of a first baseman is if Torkelson's ready next year.
He's a third baseman. Quit saying that.
I don't know.
He's a third base. I'm just reading.
All of a sudden, Candelario is lighting it up.
He's playing well.
He was always playing pretty good defense for him this year, and now he's starting to hit the ball a little bit. Of course, and again, we don't want to get too high or too low. It was the Pirates, and they don't have a great pitching staff, but those are the games. If you're going to be a good team, a contending team, those are the games you have to win.
The games that you're supposed to win.
Right, win the games you're supposed to win.
Exactly.
And that's what they did this weekend.
Yes.
It wasn't always pretty. Friday night's game was not pretty.
Rough.
Oh, my gosh.
11 innings.
My daughter, who went to college in the Pittsburgh area, was sitting there watching the game with me, and she said, "You watch, Dad. They're going to come back and walk it off, the Pirates." Because they'd done it like the previous 2 or 3 games. And I'll be darned if they didn't tie the game up in the bottom of the 9th. I looked at her. I says, go to bed. She's 20-some years old and married, and she laughed. She laughed at me.
I had that on. They were up, what was it, 12-7?
Something like that.
And then turned something else on. Wife was going to sleep, turned the Tigers back on. I'm like, holy cow, it's 12-12.
Yeah. Well, then I had to stay up and watch the whole game.
Well, I didn't. I mean, I watched the 11th. I watched with the Ghost Runner when they put them on.
Yeah.
And,
I still don't know how you score that in the scorebook. I haven't heard.
You just start the inning with the guy on second, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, this is the John Kane question. If you're pitching a no-hitter, how's that go in the scorebook? If you have a perfect game, how does that go in the scorebook?
There's an asterisk next to it.
Is it?
There has to be. I mean, that's the only thing you can.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yes.
So,
yeah, I watched that. Then I was dead tired.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm not going to watch the 11th. It's 13-13. I'm like, no, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. So it was okay.
So 3 stars.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Go ahead.
You got 3 stars? Or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
All right.
3 stars.
You want to make the new guy go first?
We'll make the new guy go
All
first.
right. Start with number 3.
All right. Number 3 was Turnbull.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's looking really good. Number 2, Candelario. Actually, no. I said Candelario first, but Jacoby Jones.
Yeah.
He's been playing really well. And my number 1 was just Miggy moving up 24th all time on that RIB list. So
I like it. He's got a couple of the same ones I do. You want to go next?
Sure.
Go.
Turnbull.
That's your number 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Did you
put
guys
him
get
3.
together and do these?
No, and I like the Miggy at 2. He's actually hitting the ball.
Skinny Miggy. I like it.
One of my most impressive guys that we've had so far.
Yeah.
Soto.
Our listeners at home are going to think we all sat down and did these together.
No, but I did tell Chuck the other day, I said, have your 3 stars and have your, I said, but John and I usually are pretty close on a lot of them anyway.
We are. For 3 for me is Soto. Obviously, he just continues to be a shutdown guy in the 7th. He owns the 7th inning.
He
right
does.
now. If you can get your starter to 6, or a starter and a 6th inning guy, he's coming on in the 7th right now, and the way he's pitching, you're not hitting him.
No.
I mean, I say that, and he'll get lit up like a Christmas tree against the White Sox this week. But, number 2 is Spencer Turnbull. 5-hitter, moves to 2-0.
Yep.
Pretty impressive, But, again, let's not get too high. These are the Pirates.
That's right.
And then my number 1 is Miggy. Moving up on the RBI all-time list. Game-winning RBI on Sunday. 5 for 12 over the weekend. 4 RBIs. A couple home runs. He's starting to hit the ball better.
Yep.
He started out a little slow. It was home run or nothing, but now he's starting to drive the ball a little bit, and
just picked up
a big 2-out RBI single yesterday in the 8th inning, and so if they can, I just think it so helps him to have a good 4-hitter behind him. I mean, you think about his best years with the Tigers. He always had Prince Fielder behind him, who was a pretty good hitter, a home run threat. And he hasn't had that the last couple of years. They haven't had that true number 4 that was, Victor Martinez kind of at the end of his career was starting to fade, and I'm not sure he got the respect that he once did. But Miggy, having Crone behind him makes a difference.
It does. It does.
And I think having Miggy hit the ball helps Scope.
Oh,
he's going to see good pitches.
Well, they don't want to put him on because now you got 2 guys coming up that can put it out of the yard. That's right.
So
we got to take a quick break. But hey, how about the Tigers right now having a couple of the top ranked minor leaguers?
Yes,
and one of the top
ranked farm system in the top 100 right now. So better days are coming.
Yes, they are.
We've been waiting for a few years here now, and if everything pans out,
well, Torkelson's at 7, Mize at 8 in the top 10. 2 of the top 10.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they've had that.
Yes.
So it's good to see. Good to see.
It is.
All right.
Okay, let's take a timeout. What do we have coming up next?
After this,
we got some MAC fall sports decisions.
Yeah, little college athletics we're going to talk about, and cancellations, and not cancellations. They're postponing. They're not canceling. They're postponing.
That's right. They're canceling
There's
it in
a
the
difference.
fall. I know, and that's a lot of people are having that issue.
Yes, we're not canceling fall sports in college. We're postponing them.
Okay.
All right.
Take a break.
5, The Cave, Lenawee County Sports.
Michigan's auto insurance laws are changing, and that means drivers have a lot to think about, right, Steve Hayes?
People are going to have to be hands-on on their auto insurance. They've got a lot of choices here. Bodily injury limits or your PIP choice. You're going to stay unlimited, or do you want to ramp it down?
But one thing hasn't changed. The local independent agents at Hayes Insurance Agency. They know the new laws inside and out. And whether you're one of their customers or not, they'll help you make an intelligent, informed decision.
It's not uncommon for us to take calls for 5 hours a day of just questions. I get a lot of paperwork that might be intimidating, and we walk them through it. We don't tell people what they should do. We're going to give them the option.
From the simplest questions to the most complex, count on Steve Hayes and his staff at the Hayes Insurance Agency.
I want to be the agent that has the most knowledge about these new laws.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Hayes Insurance, 423-8316.
What are you noticing when you look around your home? Hi, this is Sherry Hall with Carpet on Wheels. By using our Design Center, we will assist you in making simple changes that will breathe new life into your surroundings. Sometimes just adding different accent colors or textures will do it. At Carpet on Wheels, you'll find both area rugs and blinds that can achieve your goals. So stop in to see us in downtown Tecumseh. For the quality you need and the service you deserve, only at Carpet on Wheels.
Homeschooling means more than learning at home. It means you, the parent, are the teacher, pick the curriculum, and report to the state. When you enroll your K-12 students in Tecumseh Virtual Academy, you are assured classes are aligned with state requirements and your child is supported by TPS staff members. The TVA gives students the flexibility to learn anywhere, anytime, and at their ability level. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
Is your vehicle so dirty that little kids are writing wash me notes on it?
My hands are all dirty.
Is your wife ashamed to ride with you?
Let's take my car.
Is your vehicle so dirty that it looks like it's a different color?
I thought your car was white.
Then it's time to go to Sudsy Does a Car Wash. We know you want your car to look great, so try Sudsy Does a Car Wash in Tecumseh.
Sudsy Does a Car Wash, Gary's Quick Lube too.
Everybody huddle up. Here's the play. If you wear any kind of screen printed item, go to ProMed Uniform and get your company logo, school spirit wear, fundraiser events, family reunions, any screen printing needs. If you need custom embroidery, go to ProMed Uniform and get your varsity jacket, company logo, corporate apparel, or just that special embroidered item. Score! Let's repeat that play. Nobody can beat it. ProMed Uniform is Lenawee County's premier embroidery and screen printing destination. All screen printing and embroidery is done in-house. ProMed Uniform is where quality work and the best pricing in Lenawee County come together. Please support local businesses and shop ProMed Uniform for all your screen printing and embroidering needs. T-shirts, varsity jackets, corporate apparel, screen printing, embroidery. ProMed Uniform, 937 West Beecher in Adrian.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
This is a video game music. I see somebody being chased in this. I'm running.
I see you, but your legs aren't moving.
Because it's under the table.
Oh.
You should see how fast my legs are moving.
You got a little Freddie Flintstone going over there?
I like that guy that's half man, half motorcycle. It's moving.
Motor.
So, the Mac pulls the plug.
Yep. First domino.
No, well, yes.
It was the first domino.
For a conference. Other people are going to say it's Connecticut.
Okay.
But it
Connecticut was for a totally different reason. They couldn't schedule any games in football. Who were they going to play?
I know, but it was not a total different reason. Part of it was.
Well, the MAC's financial, plus player safety. I mean, I think they all have player safety in mind.
Okay.
It may not be the most important reason they're canceling their season, but
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think that, yes, they have huge paydays.
Yes.
By playing these other schools.
Yes. We're talking like the MAC right now.
Correct.
Okay.
Do they actually think that they're going to be saving money or making money by playing in the spring? The only way it happens is if the Power 5 does it and you keep the same schedule that you already have. Or that you were going
to play before.
Yes.
Yes. So
the Big Ten goes to the original schedule.
Right.
They're playing some of these schools.
Right. Well, yes, they're not going to make money if everybody's playing in the spring. The only way they're going to make money then is they're going to have their Tuesday night action. They're going to have potentially X number of fans in the stands by then. Then,
do you think really that the fans is that big of a deal for some of these schools?
It's not a huge deal, but it is a chunk of revenue. It's not maybe a large chunk, but it's something.
I just think that there's a lot more to it. That the money they're not really saying money much.
Well, I think there's a whole slew of issues here. I think that they're buying time on name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
And player revenue. I think they're buying time on player activism, for maybe lack of a better term.
Well, now that the Big Ten people have spoken, trying to match.
Well, the Power 5 commissioners met yesterday, emergency meeting.
I'm talking about player-wise. Some of the players are now trying to. Some of the Big Ten players are getting more lockstep in what the Pac-12 or Pac and whatever. How
isn't
many
it funny how in a week's time the players in the Pac-12, in a lot of people's eyes, listen, they should just be grateful, blah, 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 blah. And now everybody's looking at canceling, and all of a sudden it's like, well, we want to play. We want them to play. It seems a bit hypocritical.
A bit?
I mean,
a lot.
Yeah. Everybody was down on the Pac-12 players for having demands and having, we want to be safe and all this stuff. And now everybody wants that. Oh, well.
Yeah, we want to play.
Yeah, so anyways.
Yeah.
As a former college athlete, what do you think on some of this stuff on that, Chuck?
I mean,
if you would be in that position right now, too, to say, about playing and safety and that.
Yeah. I mean, my own safety is my concern. That'd be my first choice. And, if they don't have a clear and present plan to protect us, then, I'm saying, hey, we're waiting. We're going to put a pause on this. And until you guys show that you guys know you want and know how to keep us safe. That's a big thing.
And a lot of players did take that route. They were opting out of the season.
Right.
Michigan State had a couple key freshmen coming in. They had probably their best returning defensive lineman in Jacob Panasuk, and they were going to be in trouble, I think, if the season went.
Well, and Josh Jackson,
quarterback
at Maryland,
mm-hmm. Former Saline,
right.
There were just some guys that were pulling the pin on this because they didn't feel safe. Just like guys in the NFL, there's guys that are opting out for a variety of reasons. Some of it's family medical, some of it's, that kind of stuff. And so I think they're all going to move to the spring. It's going to be a crowded spring athletically on campuses across America. You know, I just think that's what they're going to do. And
I'm still optimistic, only because of the fact, again, nothing has changed in a week.
Yeah, well, nothing that we're aware of or know about, or, you know, we're not in the meeting rooms, and I don't know.
I just don't get it. I mean, and I know that
when the 5 commissioners from the Power 5 hold an emergency meeting,
I know that doesn't bode
the
well.
Big 12 is meeting tomorrow night. Big 12 presidents, ADs, commissioners, whatever, chancellors, they're meeting tomorrow night. So, you know, there's people that think as soon as sometime today we could get an announcement that all the fall sports are moving to the spring, which is going to it will save some sports because there still will be that revenue stream, although it'll be delayed by about 6 to 8 months. But it's going to hurt some sports too.
Now, what about winter sports?
Well, I got to believe that's where we'll start with.
Yeah, we'll start there. And would we take some of those fall sports and put them in the winter? Would we just push it back there, or would we push it all the way to spring?
Well, I know who was it said they were going to play. Oh, that was Siena said they're going to play volleyball in the spring.
Right.
Conceivably, I guess you could put volleyball in the winter. See, the thing that, you know, a lot of people are like, well, how do they, you know, it's different from high school where you have multi-sport athletes. You don't have as many
right
multi-sport athletes, you know, in college athletics. So putting seasons on top of each other at the college level is a little bit easier to do.
Yeah.
But you know, it'll be interesting. I just, you know, I'm going to miss college football if it's not on the TV this fall. If I don't, you know, because I love college football. It's probably my favorite sport. I mean, I love college football.
I'm just, you know, Huge tweets out a lot of stuff and puts things out there. And this is something that, per the CDC, since February 1st, 45 American kids under 15 have died from COVID.
Since February 1st?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
13,088 have died of all other causes.
Okay.
Since February 1st, 11,371 Americans under 55 have died of COVID, most with serious other issues attributed to it.
Okay.
189,000 have died of all other causes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I mean, I know it's out there.
Sure.
But there's a lot of other things. I'm I guess, playing a little bit of devil's advocate out there, just saying, we know there's cases. We know, but I think right now, we look at the testings, there's more tests. The numbers are up.
You're going to find more when you're testing more.
But yet, you
True.
look at the
mathematically, you would think that would be the case.
But the deaths and the hospitalizations are down, even though the numbers of positives are up. I don't know. It's a tough thing, but you do see when you see, you know, the Marlins and the Cardinals, when it spreads. That's the biggest. Like
quick.
That's the tough part of how do you gauge what to do on this, you know?
Well,
like Jackson Southwest Little League canceled the other day.
Right.
Because one kid was exposed to somebody that had it, and they shut the whole league down.
See, and
that's where you go, how far back do you go to say, okay, you
know someone that knew someone that,
right.
you know.
So we're shutting it all down. So that's where I just kind of take a step back and go, wait a minute. Let's if it happens, it happens, but let's start it. That's where I look at it.
Here's where I think a lot of this comes from. And I just don't think, especially in the sport of football, I don't think anybody has a clear idea of what's going to happen if we get into the season, and I'm going to use Michigan State as an example. All of a sudden, on Monday, we do testing on Monday. You know, the weekend's over, we're going to test. They got 45 guys that test positive.
So you forfeit that week.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea.
Because there are no taxi squads.
No, so you forfeit.
You know, I mean, now you got probably 60, 70 guys you could dress for the game still, maybe. But now you're quarantining those 45 for 2 weeks or until they have 2 false positives.
Right.
Or false tests, negative tests.
Right.
I don't want not false tests.
Well, and that's what I look at. I mean, I think that you may have to just.
So now you're forfeiting 2 games.
Right.
I mean,
I mean,
puts the pressure on them to stay healthy.
But we don't know whether it's going to be better in the spring or not.
We don't.
So,
but we'd like to think science is going to continue to work and get us a lot closer to a vaccine, a treatment, a cure.
There we go. Yes, you would think so, but you don't know. So we're, again...
I think we're buying time. We're trying to figure it out.
We're gauging the unknown on either side of it. So
yeah, I think it also comes from the NFL when they're not saying is what they're going to do, and
right.
The NCAA is like, well, if the professional teams don't even know what they're doing, how are we supposed to gauge that as a college?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be back with more Inside the Cave right here, 96.5 The Cave.
I'm Stan the Man, I am, and I have to say it feels quite warm outside today. But summer thunderstorms are now the norm, and older roofs can spring leaks. Pesky roof leaks can creep and seep and make your walls and ceilings weep. Flat roofs are steep. The cats in the blue hats at Diversified Roofing can fix that straight away. Call 1-800-668-1928 today, and we'll make those leaks all go away. With Diversified's fair rates, rebates, and financing that's great, that's 1-800-668-1928. You won't get taken for a ride when you call Diversified. We're Master Elite certified and GAF roofing that's tried and true. We're state licensed and fully insured too. Your roof's installed professionally with honesty and pride when you call Diversified at 1-800-668-1928. Here's our website too for you. For Stan the Man and the Cats in the Blue Hats, that's DiversifiedRoofingLLC.com. Again, that's DiversifiedRoofingLLC.com.
Summer bundles now available at DNP Communications. New customers get a 250 meg internet connection paired with DNP Connect Pro, the most complete whole home Wi-Fi experience available, for only $59.90 per month. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees not included. Some restrictions may apply. Service not available in all areas. Superior service, exceptional results. DNP Communications.
Here's the offer. It's low and they're turned down. Sellers went with a higher bid.
Crucial mistakes being made, costing them their dream home.
Offer number 2 looked good, but wait, flag on a play. They weren't pre-approved. Unbelievable.
This just in, the buyers just called Coach Jay Reed from Excel Realty.
Now that's a smart play. Coach Jay has a winning record in leading his home buyers to the closing table. Touchdown! Another win for Coach Jay Reed.
Call 902-7100 today for your big home buying win.
I found us a place that wants to hire a few good employees. That's us.
Wait, does it pay well?
It does, and we can get meals and discounts on all kinds of things. The hours are flexible. They even offer scholarships, insurance, and a retirement plan.
Sounds too good to be true.
Nope, it's true.
McDonald's offers a wide variety of job and career opportunities from crew member to management. We're hiring for both our North and South Main locations in Adrian and at our Hudson Meridian Road McDonald's.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan, Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports, interview area coaches and players, and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
The best in regional sports from Southeast Michigan. WLEN Adrian, HD2, W243AD, 96.5 The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports. Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. This is Inside the Cave on 96.5 FM and 965thecave.com. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle, where we give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports, interview area coaches and players, and get you ready to start your day.
Good morning.
Now grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave.
And welcome in this morning. Inside the Cave, Jeff Bowman, John Roberts, Chuck Moran with us as well.
Hour two.
Hit it.
Probably our best 60-minute performance of the year. You got to find a way to replicate what you did.
That's right. We're trying. Quick update because we got a lot to talk about, and we got a great interview this morning.
Great interview. Especially if you're a U of M basketball fan.
That's right. Jay Smith calling in this morning. Some scores from over the yesterday. Tigers 2-1 over Pittsburgh. Seattle gets past Colorado 5-3. American League games: Tampa over Yankees. Boston beats Toronto. Kansas City over Minnesota. Texas beats the Angels. Oakland over Houston. Did you see Oakland get the brighter green, the Kelly green look?
Yeah, it's a good look.
It is.
See,
Cleveland.
that's the early 70s Oakland.
Oh, yeah.
The Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cleveland 5-4 over the White Sox. Atlanta over Philly. Mets get past Miami. Milwaukee beats Cincy. Dodgers over San Fran. San Diego beats Arizona. San Diego, well, they wore the
mustard and brown.
No, well, they're yesterday because they on Sundays they always wear the
military,
the camo stuff. Yeah. But yeah, that brown and the gold.
People underestimate 1970s baseball uniforms.
If you follow on Twitter, there's some 70s uniform stuff. Oh my gosh, Atlanta over Philly, NBA Oklahoma City over Washington, Toronto beats Memphis, San Antonio beats New Orleans overtime. Boston over Orlando. Portland gets by Philly. Houston over Sacramento. Brooklyn over the Clippers. NHL. Washington over Boston. Columbus beats Toronto. And in the shootout, Dallas over St. Louis. And WNBA, Los Angeles gets past Minnesota. Vegas over New York. Indiana over Washington. There you have it.
You're all caught up, everybody.
That's right. Because now, what do we have?
Winners and losers of the weekend, Jeff.
Inside the Cave, 3 losers from the weekend.
Okay, we're going to let Chuck start off with this because he's new to this, but I told him to have winners and losers. I've got like 5 losers.
You always break the rules here. I don't get this. Anyways.
I can.
I'll let him make up for me because I don't think I have 3. But losers, Toronto, the Maple Leafs hosting the whole bubble and everything, and then they get knocked out.
Yep.
So, but I feel like a winner is the NHL. They're having a corona-free bubble right now, and that's very impressive. And compared to this, even the NBA, they've had a couple cases, so they're doing something right up there. Another winner is.
Hold on.
Oh, you want to go more losers?
Yes, we got losers. We got to do losers
Sorry,
first.
Losers first.
My bad.
Yes.
I'm new. I'm sorry.
I know.
That's all right. Rookie mistake.
You can just do it. Here, he did a loser. I'll do a couple losers.
There you go. All right, yeah.
We switch. So, losers, a couple of them. I've got the Nats grounds crew.
Oh.
Did you see them?
The tarp.
Trying to get the tarp.
They
had to suspend the game because they couldn't get the tarp out. Rains came in like crazy, and it got soaked, and they were just – it was
like Bill Murray and Caddyshack was the grounds crew.
It was bad. They had to postpone. They didn't cancel it. They postponed
it.
See, you got to use the terminology right. So they postponed it. So the Nats, and then I'll do a couple because I got here. Colleges, be honest why you're pulling the plug. I think there's way too much not being honest about that. So especially like when you look at UConn.
Yeah.
They only could have played 2 of their 12 games.
Yeah.
They put the big headline out there, first FBS school to cancel.
Right.
You couldn't play them anyway, so shut up.
Right.
Okay.
You want me to do my 3 losers?
You don't need to do all 3. I've still got more.
Okay. All right. So my first one is Michigan football. Lost out on another big in-state recruit in Rocco Spindler. The good news is they don't play Notre Dame in any of the, I don't think, until he's gone from there.
30, right.
Yeah, so they won't ever see him unless they change their schedule. So yeah, that's they I don't think it's a huge deal. Otherwise, they'd be a bigger loser for me.
Right.
But recruiting's so much more national now.
Oh, yeah.
And,
It's a different world.
It is. It's not like when we were kids and everybody from Michigan went to Michigan.
Right.
It just doesn't happen that way anymore. Kids see the world a lot more.
Right.
My number 2 losers is St. Louis Cardinals. They ever going to play again?
Maybe.
I mean,
Yeah, no.
plus they
At least they're making money.
they
I
did it
guess.
to themselves
They
too.
did.
Oh, let's go to the casino. Let's
Yeah.
go to the.
At least they didn't go out, like the Marlins went and got milk and clothes.
That's true.
That's what
true.
Jeter said.
I know. Okay, so I'll save my big loser. Apparently, here we go.
Okay, you got another loser, or are you out of losers?
It's okay to be out of losers.
Just the Astros. Just,
Yeah.
just
They're just being losers.
I don't have to say anything else about the Astros.
Nope.
So my other couple, Colorado State Athletics.
Yeah, they're struggling out there.
Yeah.
Shut the football program down.
Yeah,
for-
there's some things going on out there.
Get issues sorted out.
Kids are like, they're telling us not to report because
Right.
we need players. Not good. MLB, why have a taxi squad? I mean, if you're going to go through all this stuff, now you're canceling all these games instead of making people bring players up. And that was the whole idea behind having a taxi squad, was to bring up players when you had somebody that got sick or got injured, and they're not utilizing that.
Mm-hmm.
They're just canceling stuff with it. I mean, the Marlins, I think it was kind of a wait and see what happened because they couldn't figure that one quite out. But then they forced them to bring up a lot of players, and they did play a bunch of young guys. The Cardinals, they just keep canceling games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, no, Cards, bring people up and play.
Yeah.
I don't care if they
At some
suck.
point, yeah.
You know?
The Marlins did it,
Yes.
and they're in first place.
So, and then my number 1, well, this is kind of it's Ian Went.
Go ahead and explain.
Well, Ian on Friday claimed that Kozlowski was going to win on Sunday. He jokingly said, watch him probably win on Saturday, and I'll still. And so when he was
He
saying.
didn't win either, Ian.
No, so when he was saying that, I texted him during the show, and I said, Ian, if you're wrong on this, you're going to be my number 1 loser. He's like, all right, I guess so then. So after the race yesterday, I texted him, it's like, hey, you're number 1 with a bullet. So Ian Went.
Okay.
Loser. Actually, play the one drop. That's what I told him during the text. You're not even fine. Gosh. Never mind.
You suck.
There you go. That's for you, Ian.
All right.
Okay.
So I got my loser, and then we're moving on
Yes,
to winners.
yes.
Mac Fall athletes. Just, they had their season canceled. They're the only league to have their season canceled. And, there's no guarantee it'll happen in the spring. That's when they're hoping to do it. But there's, hopefully they'll guarantee those kids another year of eligibility and honor their scholarships and all this stuff they did with the spring athletes.
Well, and but the thing about it is, if you move stuff to spring, I don't know how many you're going to have. The guys that are close to playing in the NFL, I don't know if I'd play.
I think there's a lot fewer of those guys than people think. If you're a 4th round draft choice, you probably are playing to see if you can make yourself a 3rd round draft choice.
I agree.
If you're a top 20 pick, you may not play. If you're a guaranteed if you're Trevor Lawrence, I'm not playing.
Heck no.
If you're Justin Fields, I'm not playing.
Nope.
Because you're talking a top 5 pick with those guys, probably, depending on who, is in need of a quarterback in the top 5. But I'm not playing if I'm those guys.
Nope.
So.
Okay, losers are done.
Good.
Inside the Cave, 3 winners from the weekend.
Okay, I've got 4 of them, so I'll start.
This started 3-3.
Does it say 3 on that drop?
Well, he went
3 winners. Yes, 3 losers.
Okay.
Yes.
There's 3 of us in here right now.
Well, Jeff went 4-5 today.
That's right. So I'll start. Moms for playing football, the little hashtag thing that's going on Twitter, and a lot of local Michigan moms that I've been seeing have been tweeting out stuff with pictures and
Well,
that.
because it's from the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association.
I know, but I didn't know if anybody else is doing it around.
Oh,
other than
I see.
Gosh, rain in my parade. I just think it's kind of cool. Moms are showing some pictures and some things and saying, "Look, we want." Oh, I'm leaving. There.
Yes, it's.
I like it.
Sure.
Damn it, it's one of my winners.
Okay.
So go then.
NHL. Exciting new playoff format. I like it. I hope they hang on to it with the play-in round.
Yeah.
And the top 4 play-in round robin for seeding. I think it's been interesting.
Smart.
More interesting than the greatest major sport playoff system already is. That is the Stanley Cup playoffs.
He's on this bandwagon.
Yeah.
It is. It's the best.
I think it's the best when the Red Wings are in it. But
Well, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's the best. It's way better than Major League Baseball or the NFL or the NBA. It's the best.
Yeah.
I'll argue that with anybody.
I know you will. Okay, go ahead, Chuck.
I hope it's here to stay, what they're doing right now.
Okay.
Because
it's the best, but damn it, I want to change.
It's gotten even better. It's even
the
better.
best thing there ever is. And I like how they've changed it.
They've made it better than it already was.
Already got better.
Hey, the best don't stay the best by standing pat. They look at ways to get better.
Okay.
That's coach speak right there.
There you go.
That's
I'm
coach
motivated.
speak.
I'll run through a wall right now.
That's right.
Saturday's Tigers. Those were the Tigers right now are winners, but Saturday's Tigers, 4 home runs that first inning. First time we've done that since 1974 with Al Kaline. You're going to have to say these names.
Bill Freehan.
Freehan.
That's John's favorite Tiger.
Mickey Stanley and Eddie Brinkman.
Mickey
So
Stanley.
back in 74 they did that. So
Eddie.
Man, I hear those names, and the fact that Eddie Brinkman is one of the guys that hit home runs might have been his only one of the year.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Eddie,
I like that.
Eddie had a mouth on him though that got him ran out of town.
That's an off-the-air story, probably.
No, I mean that was on TV. They were like filming stuff, and he was in the locker room and cussing up a storm, and that didn't make some people happy.
Well, it happens.
Yep,
happened on the golf course yesterday.
Yes,
was it Thomas? Justin Thomas dropped a F-bomb on the course, and Twitter immediately was like, "Well, that's not unusual for a round of guys playing golf."
Not at all. Not at all. So I guess I'm one behind. So Tigers.
Is that your number 3?
That's his actual
3A.
3A because I had and then Morikawa.
Okay.
And not just, I tell you what, besides winning, they showed the exemptions you get for winning the PGA Championship.
Sure.
Holy cow.
Yeah, he's going to play a lot of golf.
Well, I
because
mean,
of that.
you're exempted from the PGA for life.
Yeah.
And then it's like 5 years for all these other ones. That
All the
you're,
majors.
Yes. And I mean,
doesn't have to qualify.
yeah. I mean, that's perfect. That's
big.
Awesome.
You win
That's
that,
big.
then you can, you can pencil
made it.
yourself in for these
Yeah.
tournaments, not have to worry about
Like, hey.
qualifying for them.
My number 2?
Yes, sure.
Kevin Harvick.
Okay.
Sweeps the weekend races at Michigan. He's having a heck of a season.
He is.
And probably a lot of people outside of NASCAR not really paying attention. We said earlier, he's won like 6 races.
Yes. This year he's won 6.
And we didn't exactly start on time with NASCAR. Or
Right.
We started, but we didn't have it racing for a long time. So he's putting together a heck of a season.
Yes, he is.
He's obviously in the driver's seat for driver of the year.
Yes. There you go.
All right, my number 1. That was this actually local sport this weekend. Was over at Bone Pool. Was the Wave Runners actually competing in their summer league swim meet?
Oh, they had one, huh?
So
Yeah,
and
nice.
pretty cool actually having being able to have 70 kids and actually 2 different sessions. So it was like 35 and 35, and able to do the whole session, whole meet, and get some competition in, which was definitely good for the kids all ages. So
nice.
I like that. That's one of the better ones we've had. I'm going to give that's great because he went local with it, and something we don't talk about is
I'm a little biased.
youth swim. I know
former
you are.
swimmer. So.
Former swimmer. I get it.
Well, we would talk a little bit more about it too sometimes, but the coach that coaches all that doesn't want to ever come in and talk. Definitely not like her dad.
Hey,
that
I'm
will talk.
just now starting to get her to talk to me after all these years. So
Oh man,
I joke. If you're listening, Carolyn.
but she does not want to come in.
Maybe it's you.
It could be. You just call her someday and just chat and see if that helps.
We'll call her. No, we'd probably be waking her up
I know.
at 7 o'clock in the morning.
That's right. My number one was Harvick.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah. So
okay. My number one is not just Colin Morikawa, but the PGA Championship tournament.
Yes.
I mean, him in itself is a great story.
Yeah.
I mean, but you go into the back nine on Sunday and you got 5 guys tied for the lead.
Yes.
That's exciting.
golf.
I mean, I immediately, when I read that online, I had been watching it off and on throughout the day. I immediately switched to that and it did not switch away the rest of the tournament.
And the thing about it was, too, it was prime time since they were playing out San Francisco.
Playing out west, and you're 8 o'clock at night, you're watching golf.
Right.
So that was
meaningful golf.
Great, a major
exciting
championship.
one, yeah.
So, they're the PGA tournament itself and Colin Morikawa. I mean, that tee shot on 16 was impressive. Led to eagle, basically sealed the tournament.
Well, he had a chip in, too. That was really nice.
Yeah,
and,
he played well. He was not my choice going into the day. I had Paul Casey winning it, and he finished second, tied for second.
A lot of guys tied for second.
So there's our winners and losers of the week.
Okay, perfect. My other, just a winner.
Oh, my goodness.
No, I'm just writing some notes down. Sorry that I was actually having show prep.
You make it sound like I don't do any show prep.
No, I'm just saying you're like giving me the look because I have more things to talk about.
Was this still winners and losers?
Well, no, it's just on my little list of things.
All right.
No, but it is kind of.
Okay.
Because I've been watching a lot of baseball, and a lot of these teams are throwing out some old school unis that have been kind of sweet, dropping some of the light blues back on us, like Philly. The White Sox had some stuff. I mean, we talked about the Padres going with the brown back to that.
Yeah.
And, Mariners threw some old school stuff out there earlier too, and
A's
so
with the Kelly Green.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's just kind of nice that the season, kind of a weird thing going on with it, but yet kind of some throwback stuff. So it's fun. So some of those, I showed you that picture today on that Twitter thing. I don't remember what page it is now. I want to see if I can find it. But you cannot go wrong with the light blue unis from the 70s. Everybody had kind of that.
Well, if you're the Oakland A's, you could.
I mean, if the Cardinals were playing, maybe we could see them. But even the Cardinals have a light blue one.
Yeah. Oh, the Cardinals light blue was nice.
I don't think the Tigers would look good in light blue.
No, probably not.
But
maybe Honolulu blue.
A lot of good light blues out there.
There are. The Royals, of course, are the standard.
Yeah.
I mean, because were they the original? The Braves had powder
Bo
blue,
Jackson
light blue there for a little bit. And a lot of teams did go to the light blue unis in the 70s. The Blue Jays, with the original Blue Jays.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the girl with a Blue Jay tattoo on her neck?
No.
This is hilarious. She is a Blue Jay fan, just feeding.
I would hope so.
No, feeding Blue Jays and all that. And then,
the birds
like
themselves,
the birds
not
themselves.
the team.
And then she loves fall.
Who doesn't?
So she asked the tattoo artist to kind of this little character of a Blue Jay and the red leaf behind it as just a fall little scene. Got a big neck tattoo, puts it on, and then somebody looked at that and went,
The Toronto Blue Jays.
Put another logo of the Blue Jay thing next to it, like, were you going for this? And she's from Boston. She had no idea. Not a baseball person. It's like, okay, all of a sudden you got this neck tattoo. And, something
Especially
went
in Boston.
wrong.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Might as well get a Yankee tattoo on the other side and really alienate most of Boston.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, we got a good interview coming up.
We do. Stay tuned if you're a Michigan basketball fan or a college basketball fan.
Yes.
Jay Smith, the Director of Player Personnel and Performance at the University of Michigan, is going to be a guest of ours.
Yes.
After the commercial break.
All right. Sounds good. We'll be back with more Inside the Cave right after this here on 96.5 The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Sports for Lenawee County.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
and find you the right policy at the best price.
For your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half century.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com.
Are your floors screaming for a makeover? If so, O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering in Tecumseh, with their combined 160 years of experience, wants to help. O'Connor & Sons sell and install many styles of floor covering. They have the area's largest selection of luxury vinyl tile and planks, which are completely waterproof. O'Connor & Sons also carries Cali Bamboo, which are the world's hardest floors. Pet problems? No worries. They have pet-proof carpet that is guaranteed against all pet stains. O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering on Russell Road in Tecumseh. Call them at 423-6170, or for more information, check them out on Facebook at O'Connor & Sons Flooring.
We all know that Salsarias has fantastic authentic Mexican dishes like the signature Baja chicken salad and the queso blanco. What you might not know is they do catering platters for offices, schools, and events that they will deliver. Holy guacamole! Salsarias is open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m. for inside and patio dining as well as for carryout. Find specials on Facebook. Call 423-0018 to order or come in and enjoy a beverage from their full bar along with a great lunch or dinner in downtown Tecumseh at Salsarias.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
and find you the right policy at the best price.
For your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half century.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com.
Hi, I'm Jim.
And I'm Lisa.
As the new owners of Noggle Heating and Cooling, we assure you that we are still your local Lennox dealer.
Don't just guess if you're getting the best. We know you'll feel comfortable in your home with a Lennox. A Lennox will make the air cooler, warmer, drier, cleaner, and better, with innovative systems that are exceptionally quiet and energy efficient.
Our crew has the expertise and resources to serve you in the best possible way.
Call 423-3121. We're ready to serve you at Noggle Heating and Cooling.
At Red Mill Pet Supplies, we have everything you need for your pet this summer, including life jackets, water toys, special leashes, and calming treats. And if you're adventurous, you'll find supplies for travel that are appropriate for whatever the weather brings, including pet tents. Our frequent buyer program on your pet food purchases will also help you save when you shop with us. All your pet's needs for a healthier, happier life can be found at Red Mill Pet Supplies, across from McDonald's in Tecumseh, and at redmillpetsupplies.com.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get auto, home, business, farm, and life insurance all from one agency? Well, that's where the D.S. Johnson & Associates comes in. They can help protect what is important to you. So why not simplify your life? See the D.S. Johnson & Associates in Adrian, Morenci, or Monroe, or give them a call today at 517-263-2582. Nationwide is on your side. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio, subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval.
And welcome back inside the cave. Jeff Bowman, John Roberts, Chuck Moran. And on the air with us this morning, want to welcome in Jay Smith as the Director of Player Personnel and Development at University of Michigan. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, John. I hope everybody had a great weekend.
We did, and yourself?
Oh, beautiful.
That's good.
Michigan is a great spot in the summertime.
It is.
Yes, it is.
You cannot beat it, that's for darn sure. But again, Jay Smith, this is his second go-round at U of M. And, one thing in common is Juwan Howard was included in both of those.
Yes, he was. An integral part the first time. Let's just put it that way, without a doubt. Even more important right now.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think so as well. But again, I guess just to kind of start, I know you were, Mayo, a Sauble guy, leading scorer still in the MHSAA, and Jay, that was even before a 3-point line.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I sometimes pinch myself, but I tell everybody this. I was so fortunate to play with some really good guys that I'm not sure it can be broken just for the fact that, and I'm not bragging because of points, but the teammates I had were incredible. Like they would get totally upset if I was not shooting, and even if I had 40-some, they wanted to see me get 50. If I had 50, I had to get 60. Like they were so persistent with it and wanted to win and made winning the top priority. And I think we had minimal parent interference, and it was it was quite a ride, and I was blessed. Trust me, I had, like I said, tremendous teammates. That's for sure.
Well, no one does it alone, that's for sure. Any great athlete knows that you got to have a supporting cast to get records.
No doubt. And, then you had a couple good coaches. And we grew up together. I mean, those kids, all of us grew up together in Maya. I was we had 40 kids in my graduating class. You kind of, you knew everybody's families, and you knew in time of sorrow, everybody was there to pick you up. And it was just a neat community. And growing up there, I think there's a lot of pluses. I know you missed out on some things in the big city, but there's a lot of pluses too. And just like I said, just really blessed to have the opportunity and to play and to be part of it. And we got challenged, and I tell people in the summertime, we'd load up in a van and we'd go play over at Maple City, Glen Lake, or drive to Oscoda, or we'd go drive up to Lake City, and we drove all over northern Michigan. They didn't have team camps.
Yeah, those didn't happen quite as much back then.
No, you loaded a van. And you know what? It made it a blast.
Yep.
We had such a great time. We go to Traverse City, we'd load up with a lug of cherries in the back and start spitting pits at everybody. And I mean, we did fun things together. And you look at it now, and it was kind of team building in a way.
Absolutely.
It really was. I mean, everybody does these, they climb ropes and everything. Ours kind of sprung up organically, and it made it, really special. And to this day, they're your lifelong buddies. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's one great thing about being at a small school. I mean, we talk about that a lot here where, especially when you're younger, you take some of these little, 4th, 5th, 6th grade tournaments of different things, and you got all these kids that have been on the playground together since kindergarten, and then you have some other teams that they put together, at the last minute because they're good players. And a lot of times those little small town ones at that younger level are going to kick everybody's butt because they've been playing together since they've been 2, and those are the fun things about the small towns.
You're spot on. You really are. I mean, there's that magical moment when it comes together, and we have so much school pride. Pep assemblies to signs in town. I mean, it was a cool feeling, still a warm and fuzzy feeling to this day, that we were able to bring the community together. And then they went on a run. Like, we had some really good teams. They ended up winning it in '89, and those were all the kids that fouled when we kind of got it going. They were the ones, you guys will recognize this, like, when the games were over, little kids would get on the court and start shooting.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you always seen it. There'd be 20, 30 kids. Well, I remember one time that we had a new athletic director came in there and, flipped the lights off, and my dad went home and told him, I said, you want to keep your job, you better keep those lights on, let those kids shoot. So it was one of those old school things, like, yep, I better listen to the veterans. So it's cute. It's a good feeling, that's for sure.
Awesome.
Well, I think one of the one thing that, talking of Juwan and that, and I mean, you were there during that Fab Five time, and how special was that at the University of Michigan with everything that went on there, and just, talk about being probably the greatest class ever recruited, but just being there with all those guys and the run that you had with the Fab Five and everything else that was there when you were at Michigan the first time around.
It was special. I was able to catch the end of the 89 championship team. Steve hired me. I worked camps here, and I was fortunate enough to get my foot in the door. Steve was kind of the guy that ran camps, and my sister played here actually before in 77, 78. So she played. So I came down and would work camps and got to know Steve, and then it kind of opened up and, fell into my lap a little bit. And from that point on, came into that with Ramil and Terry and Lloyd Vaughn, all that group, and then I was able to catch the wave of the Fab Five era. It was special. Like, it was outside the box. I think you guys can identify with that. It was a group that was they talked. They wore baggy shorts. They wore black socks. They had a little swag to them, and they kind of started that revolution, whether good, bad, or you can argue that till you're blue in the face. But it was a special time. It was, and nobody saw freshmen play like this. And it was a learning time. It was a special time. There was some good and bad taken from it, obviously. But what a great group that that just had a real love for playing, and they were embraced by the veterans. And we'd go on a run, and it was special. If you had told me at the start of the year we're going to make it to 2 Final Fours, I'd probably said you're crazy. But it was. I remember our first game. I think it was at Cobo with the freshmen. I think we had 32 turnovers, and still won by 30. Against Detroit, it was down in Cobo, and I'm like, oh my goodness. But we were exciting. It was fun. I look back at it, didn't know how special it was. Really, I told people that it was like traveling with the Beatles when you go to a rock. Like, there was always people, following us around from dinners to restaurants to our hotels, autographs. I mean, and not just 10, 20, 30. I'm talking hundreds.
That's crazy.
It was special. And I think, the guys are still, to watch Jalen and Chris and Juwan and Jimmy and Ray, they've done really good after college. They've had great careers, and it's really special to watch.
Now, I know the recruiting was a little bit different in that, but I know that one of the big things in, how those guys kind of really helped recruit each other as well. So, I know you're probably still going to say, yeah, it was a very hard recruiting job, as always, but, boy, they kind of helped you out a little bit in that too, didn't they?
Oh, no question. They, the cool thing about it, and it kind of started that type of recruiting where good players wanted to play with good players. They didn't care who else was there. They wanted to have good players play with good players, and they knew that if we get these good players along with the veterans that we have, it could be special. And so, Juwan was the best recruiter. Like, there's no question. Like, he could say things that coaches can't. He just on a personal level, nothing wrong with it. He just would identify with the recruit, and he would stay in touch with them without any direction from us. But they really could. He would connect with them, and it was special. It really was.
Well, and you mentioned obviously the Fab Five, a huge part of that, but even the guys that were on the bench. And those guys have, outside of basketball, gone on to be successful people in a lot of different fields. Obviously, in the field of basketball, either as players or coaches, but a lot of those guys went on to be successful off that team in other endeavors in their life. I look at a guy like Rob Pelinka.
Yeah, he's making.
He's doing okay. So not just obviously the hype and the accomplishments and all that stuff, the lifestyle that it was for a couple years there, but these were guys who took the opportunity that college gave them and helped shape their adult lives with it as well.
I totally agree with you. Like, it's amazing how all those guys, from Rob Pelinka to Michael Talley to James Voskill to Eric Riley to Jason Bossard, those guys became really, really successful. And it was a great journey. Like, it was special for them. I think also, and let's be honest, everybody wants to play more. I don't care who it is.
Sure, if you're a competitor.
Play more. I mean, I get that, but it was different from the fact that we won big games. We won big games at big times when people doubted it. And, like, I'm going to give you an example. Like, at the game before we played Ohio State to get to the first Final Four, the Oklahoma State game, people got to realize that Eric Riley came in and saved us. Like, he had, 19 points. I mean, he had, I think, an 8-year career in the NBA. Nobody even remembers it.
Right.
Without him, against Byron Houston in that group, Eddie Sutton, we would have never won that game. Like, he was an instant. Rob Pelinka bailed us out. James Bosco against Cincinnati in the Final Four hit big threes down the stretch to help us. Like, and there's a little bit of the unsung heroes, but that's the role they played. And everybody has a role on a team. It's not, not everybody's been blessed to be the leading rebounder, the leading scorer, but there's, those 6 or 8 points are huge in the wins that we're able to collect. I mean, those are big parts of our victories.
Again, you're listening Inside the Cave this morning. Jay Smith, the assistant, well, I can't say. He was an assistant coach back in the day. Now he's a director of player personnel and development at University of Michigan. And, going back to that Fab Five team as well, Jay, how did those conversations go to say, okay, we're going to get baggy shorts and black socks? And, how did that kind of transition? Because it was a trend-setting thing that all of a sudden U of M comes out in this different swagger and has a different look than any other team in the country. I mean, how are some of those conversations to say, those guys say, okay, coach, we got an idea. Where does that come and how does it morph into what did happen?
Well, that's a great segment because as you remember, when we played in the 70s, we had the hip huggers. Those things go up our rear end.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing we were able to play. Those things were shorts.
Well, I always joke, Jay, that we showed the same amount of leg. It's just those guys showed, from their knee to their shins, they showed off. We showed off the opposite. Our thighs were off because our socks went up to our knees, and the only spot we had showing was our thighs. So it was the same amount of leg. It was just a different part of it.
I'm not so sure the Rockettes outfits weren't a little longer than what we wore, that's for sure. But what really happened is that Jalen came in and said, hey, I want the biggest shorts you have. So, we had triple X and 4X. And that's how it started to roll. And then the rest of the guys kind of just jumped on that wagon. And then it just kind of took shape. And then the black socks came to be. I'll never forget, I was scouting at Duke. That's when you could do live scouts. And I was getting ready for, I was there watching Duke. And so I remember to this day, South Carolina State's playing Duke. It was an early game because we played them early, but you could do live scouts. And so the team was down in Houston playing. And I guess the story's told. I wasn't exactly at the spot, but I think Ray Jackson saw these black socks at the mall, bought them for the Fab Five, for the freshmen, and they kept their long pants on in warm-up. And nobody knew it. And I was back at the hotel getting ready to watch because they were 2 hours behind in North Carolina, so I was able to watch the game, get back to the hotel, and watch us play. And they took off. They never really wore the sweatpants. Well, they took the sweatpants off, and they all had black socks on. Fisher was pissed because they didn't buy them for the whole team. Well, next thing you knew, they bought them for the whole team, and now we all have black socks. So that kind of was the conversation, how that transpired. And one other quick story, the Fab Five story kind of started with Steve's dad. We were in a hotel room debating on who to start because Michael Talley hurt his finger and we were going to start Jimmy or, what were we going to do? And the funny thing is, he's like, well, I'm thinking about starting all the freshmen. And, us assistants, when you're 12 inches over, you have all the answers. You're like, are you kidding me? You can't do that. There's no way. Well, next thing you know, we started them. And we spanked Notre Dame pretty good that day with Keith Tower, LaFonso Ellis. They had a heck of a team, and I remember Al Guire did the game, and we just ran over them. I think we had 16 dunks in that game. And from that point on, it was like, Katie, hold the door. Here we go. We're going to go on a ride now. And Steve did a great job of it. I mean, he orchestrated it, and he We had fun with it. It was a little different. It was outside the box, and I know he took some criticism for it. But people don't realize, like, we were the leading defensive rebounding team in the conference. We were the leading defensive field goal team in the conference. We could guard you. We could guard you. We were really good defensively.
Yeah, and that probably wasn't the easiest task to do. As you said, well, all the fans wanting autographs, just everything that surrounded that group, probably as far as having to coach and kind of corral everything, probably was one of the toughest things he had to do as well as a head coach.
Exactly. I mean, that wasn't easy. Like, he took a lot of criticism. He was going against the protocol of what it really should look like. It was slightly different. I think there's things he would do differently if you asked him. I think I had lunch with him back in last April, and there's things that I wish I would have reeled some things in a little bit, but at the time, he did what his heart told him to and what his gut told him to, and, he kept marching with it and, had great success. They had great success at San Diego State.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, we got to take a quick time out. We'll come back and talk a little current Michigan basketball with Jay Smith, who is the Director of Player Personnel Development at U of M. We'll take a quick time out and be back more with him right here inside the Cave on 96.5 The Cave.
Where Lenawee County tunes for sports. 96.5 The Cave.
We are so grateful to our local heroes, those serving our community every day, to the people working at our grocery stores. We are encouraged by your bravery as you keep our homes stocked with food. To our first responders, how we are grateful for your courage when you come to the need of our community. To our medical personnel and their support teams, working on the front lines to combat this deadly virus. Words are not enough to express our gratitude.
No doubt.
So as a community, let us join together while keeping appropriate social distancing and tell our local heroes how much we love and appreciate their sacrifice and the sacrifices of their loved ones. May God's mighty hand protect and guide each of you during these uncertain times.
This message is brought to you by 3Dimensional Physical Therapy, 3D PT, because people matter.
At the CPA firm of Donna Baker and Associates, they aren't just available at tax time. They're available all year long, providing expertise in a large range of individual and business services, including federal and state tax returns, startup planning, and consultation. Directing you through today's complex and ever-changing tax and accounting environments takes more than a once-a-year service. Donna Baker and Associates, partnering with clients to build a successful future. Find them in downtown Adrian, on Facebook, and online at donnabakercpa.com.
With our 8-year track record of teaching success through Tecumseh Virtual Academy, we are prepared to educate your students. Hundreds of students have taken core subjects and AP classes and gone on to graduate while participating in the TVA Dynamic Learning Community. This year, crossover options are available for in-class and online learning. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
This is Pam Campbell, Superintendent, Columbia Schools. Looking for a positive, innovative kindergarten program for your child? Columbia School District has caring teachers who will nurture and educate your child for a successful future. Please join us at Kindergarten Open House on Tuesday, August 11th from 5 to 7 p.m. Register your kindergarten students online and join us for the Kindergarten Open House. Columbia School District, from preschool and early fives through high school and adult education. Learning today, leading tomorrow. Visit us at myeagles.org.
Hi, this is Dennis from Abbey Carpet and Floor, and it's easier than ever to tap into the convenience of smart home technology during the Hunter Douglas Smart Shade Savings Event that's going on now through September 7th. Enjoy valuable rebates starting at $150 on qualifying purchases of Hunter Douglas motorized shades like insulating duet honeycomb shades or dramatic pirouette window shades or the revolutionary Sonnet cellular roller shades, all equipped with the advanced wireless technology of PowerView motorization
motorization. Using this smart technology, the associated smart hub, and the mobile devices you use every day, you can easily program your motorized shades to move automatically to the scenes and schedules you set. Plus, PowerView integrates easily with some of the most popular home automation systems, intelligent shades, and smart savings. Connect with rebates now through September 7th. Limitations and restrictions apply, so ask us for details. Abbey Carpet and Floor, America's choice in floor fashion since 1958.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
And welcome back Inside the Cave. Jeff Bowman, John Roberts, Chuck Moran over here, the intern with us this morning, and also Jay Smith, Director of Player Personnel and Development for the University of Michigan basketball team. And Jay would kind of shift into the current in actually one of our local Lenawee County guys. He's he's a friend of the Cave. Austin Davis been on with us a couple times, and it's nice that we can have a local guy too that everybody can root for. That way we can have more U of M fans around here too.
Absolutely. He had a great year last year. I mean, he really, I think kids can learn a lot from him. Here's a guy that didn't get a lot of playing time. And next thing you know, he bides his time. We get a coaching change. He comes in, and even at the start of the year, he was not playing a lot, really, till the Iowa game, and kind of kicked the door open and went to work on Garza and really gave us a great one. I think he had 10 or 12 points, played outstanding. And from that point on, he was a presence down low and did a lot of things. Had some shoulder surgery this year, this summer. He's getting that. It's come around. I'm looking for big things to happen with him this year. Like, he's really done a great job.
And, Jay, I think one of the big things you said there was coaching change. And I think there's a lot to be said about that with just a different set of eyes. I mean, you have, and not to say anything bad about the regime that was there before, but, you kind of are, you're in your own role with those coaches. They thought what they thought and what they expected out of you, and then you got a new staff coming in and can see you in a different light and kind of go, hey, maybe there's something here that's a little bit different. And so I think just that different set of eyeballs really, really helped Austin a lot.
I totally agree. Coach Beeline and his staff did a great job. I mean, I want to make sure we emphasize that.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
And really, really got it going in the right direction. And you need a few breaks along the way. And
sure.
Next thing you know, you're in a Final Four. I mean, everything you got to be good, but you also got to have a little luck with it. So that helps. But, looking at style of play for Austin, it's more suited a little bit for like what Juwan played, where it was a little bit more of a low post presence. Everybody's now playing in the high post, and it's all threes, and that's not really what Austin's game is. And we've been able to, Juwan's done a good job of selectively finding time to get him the ball in the low post where he can score, get fouled. And I think when kids select schools, I think it's really important. You look like style of play.
Yep.
It's going to be important to you, because your career can take off or it can get plateaued. And those are things you got to weigh. Sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes you're going for education. And I totally get that, too. Like, that's a huge part. And I think Austin, no matter what, wanted to come to Michigan because he wanted the degree, and two, to play basketball for Coach Beeline. I think it's awesome.
But as you said, just the persistence, too. I mean, a lot of kids can learn from, the hard work and what Austin put in every day. And, it's always that big thing to, be ready when your name's called. And that definitely worked for him.
Oh, you're so right. We always have a saying, if you're always ready, you never have to get ready. And not only that, but there's been always a lot of parental interference. I think a lot of coaches are getting out of the profession because they got to battle parents, everybody else, because everybody wants their son to be all-state rather than win the state title. And I think that's a big part of it. And this is a team sport. and you have to understand there's certain roles, and people have blessed you with different skill sets. Not everybody's going to touch the top of the backboard. Not everybody can shoot threes. It's just not that way. It's just the way it goes. And I think sometimes, you got to figure out your piece and where you belong. But the thing that impressed me the most is Austin's positive attitude every day in practice. Never sulking, never pouting, never complaining. Just keep pounding the rock every day, making deposits into your bank. And when the time comes, you have to be ready, because if you're focusing on the negative things all the time, when your time comes, you're so negative you can't play.
Right.
You're not ready. Or you listen to your parents complain about playing time and how you should be playing more, and you buy into it. Boy, that puts a lot of burden on a young man at 16, 17 years old to stay positive in tough situations. But I think you can grow for every opportunity. And sometimes that opportunity means you're going to score 8 points a game and get us 5 rebounds and help us win a Big Ten title. And, Austin, I thoroughly believe, can help us.
Yeah, I just, with everything going on and no parents in the stands and stuff, I saw one of the best tweets the other day. It said, how are the coaches supposed to know what they're doing wrong without any parents?
I got to write that down. That's a good one. That's for sure. Those are the experts. We are parents. We always want to see our son and daughter, be the best and have every opportunity. But sometimes stepping back and letting our son or daughter grow through tough times is an important lesson also.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
Well, another key factor coming back this year, obviously, Jay, is the return of Fritz Wagner and Isaiah Livers. How big is it getting those guys back?
Oh, huge. I mean, Franz has put on 10, 15 pounds. He just looks stronger. He looks like, you haven't seen somebody when they come back in 3 months. You look at him and go, dang, he got bigger. Like, all the coaches who got an eye for that, for size and how big their feet are and their hands. And, it's kind of a weird thing, but you start looking, and then Isaiah got his hip right where he kind of hurt his groin area. He got that right over the pandemic time, and then he slimmed down. He looks really good. He's excited. And then we got another young man, and he, the kid from Wake Forest is going to really help us too, Sean D. Brown, who averaged 12, 13 at Wake Forest. We're waiting on a waiver. Maybe he'll be eligible to play this year. He would really help us also in that wing position. But Franz and Zay are two, he's 6'9", Zay's 6'7", 6'8". I mean, they're long, athletic wings that can really get out and play.
They're fun to watch, too.
Yeah.
It's this is
as you well know.
Yeah.
For sure, absolutely.
How is it coming in? I tell you, I've been to the last few the media days and go up there and talk with Austin and watch the first couple practices and stuff. And I tell you, one of the funnest things I was watching last year is where I was sitting and then came over. Coach Martelli came over, and what a genuine guy he is, and what I think a big help to the program. But he's a guy that he just loves basketball, doesn't he?
Yeah, he loves people. I mean, our whole staff, Phil's done a great job coming in. I mean, he's got 26 years of being a head coach. I think Howard Isley played in the league for a dozen years. From Detroit Southwestern when Perry Watson was there. Sadi, who was here with the Beeline staff, was able to kind of seam things together. Chris Hunter, who played here, also operations guy. And Deron Simmons, who played here, also our video guy. I mean, we've got a neat group of coaches that you can just sit around and listen to and talk to with a wealth of knowledge. Like if you just shut your mouth and listen, I've learned that a long time ago, and take good notes, you're going to learn something that's going to come down that pipe to help you, So,
yeah. Don't always try to be the smartest guy in the room.
I've learned that. Hey, coming from Mile, I know I'm not, all right? I knew that a long time ago, okay? We were still counting with sticks back when I was in school, all right? They didn't have calculators back then. So it was, but it's, it's every day. And Juwan's done such a great job of building a culture of family and accountability. He has. I sit back and I'm blown away because he has learned, played 19 years in the league, 6 years as an assistant coach at the Heat. The Heat culture is talked about all the time. And that's what he's done here. He's able to bring in a staff that stayed together. You know, you got to deal with egos. It's hard, and the team bought into him. He's very personable. He's very transparent, very honest, very open to a fault maybe sometimes, but very, very honest. It's all on the table. There's no hidden agenda. And I think it's refreshing for the players. They really like it. And I think it's helped in our recruiting. And, you know, we every day just trying to get a little bit better. I think that's the key.
Yeah, I think the culture at any level is so critical, and you know, especially with a new regime coming in, it takes time to put that culture in place. And you know, I think just moving forward out of year one, you know, as a fan, I can't wait to see what year two brings and watch Michigan take that next step on the floor.
Oh, exactly, and it kind of got some validation, and you guys probably saw it in the Bahamas when we went down there and beat Iowa State. You know, we got after North Carolina pretty good, beat Gonzaga. You know, it gave us a lot of, and almost, you know, put a heavy burden on our shoulders. So all of a sudden, we come back and we have 2 days to get ready. We play Louisville down in Louisville. It's like, good heavens! I mean, that's quite a schedule in a row to play that many games. I think we had 4 games in 7 days that were all highly ranked games. But to watch them, bring them along, make no excuses. You know, that's one thing you won't hear Juwan do. Is like, we're not making excuses. You know, we got to show up every day, go to work, and grind. He has a saying that's around his wristband, around his wrist, is just say, you know, embrace the suck. You know, you got to get dirty. You got to roll up your sleeves and work.
Sorry. Hey, Coach, we are out of time, Coach, but I appreciate you coming in, and we definitely need to do this again.
Oh, I'd love to, guys. Have a great day, okay? I appreciate you guys checking in.
All right, thank you. Coach Jay Smith. We got to get out of here. 96.5 The Cave
is asking for your help. Please do your part and wear a face mask while you're in public spaces. Do it for the kids, if not for yourself. We want our kids to be able to go back to school this fall. A friendly reminder that you can shop Long's current inventory online at longmotorsales.net.
New to the lot this week at Long Motor Sales is a gold 2012 Buick LaCrosse. This mid-size four-door sedan offers comfort and convenience, a hefty V6 engine, and only 112,000 miles. It's in great condition and priced just right at $10,795. Stop in and tell Eric you want to take this car for a ride today.
If your vehicle needs an oil change or a major overhaul or repair, take it to Long's Automotive Service. Nathan Long has over 15 years of experience as a certified technician, giving you dealership quality service at a low price. Long Motor Sales and Long Automotive Service in Tecumseh. Long, a name you know and trust.
With our 8-year track record of teaching success through Tecumseh Virtual Academy, we are prepared to educate your students. Hundreds of students have taken core subjects and AP classes and gone on to graduate while participating in the TVA Dynamic Learning Community. This year, crossover options are available for in-class and online learning. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
We can find you the next pre-owned vehicle you're looking for right here. Hi, I'm Ricardo Velasquez with Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. With so many vehicles available through the Suburban collection, if you don't see the right vehicle for you on our lot in Clinton, we have access to hundreds more. Suburban also offers many financing options to help fit your budget. Come on in and find your next new or pre-owned vehicle right here on the corner of M52 and US 12. Make the choice at the home of the lifetime warranty, Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton.
Hello, I'm Mike Basham, the new service manager at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. This month we are offering special pricing on oil changes, 10% off any brake service, and savings on our BG air conditioning system, deodorizer, and performance enhancer. Remember, the Suburban Care program gets you 3 oil changes, 3 tire rotations, and 3 multi-point inspections for one low price. Busy schedule? We offer full service on Saturdays from 8 until 2, and also a fleet of loaner vehicles with a reservation. Get your vehicle ready for summer at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan, Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports, interview area coaches and players, and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
The best in regional sports from Southeast Michigan. WLEN Adrian, HD2, W243AD, 96.5, The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports.